to my mind. Okay, let me observe. So you become an observer. And the moment you become an observer, you are already separate. You witness it. That is the I word. And the moment you witness, you find the space and just say in your mind, Om Shanti. Very good. Done. Finished. Again the thought comes. Oh, I noticed the thought. Where is the voice? Where is the voice? And you return again to the voice internally, mentally, with that awareness. It's a very I realized I gave this practice later on. First, I created this for you, then I gave to two more people, and they say it's so powerful. Now, your question. When you that is, I just gave an indirect reference. My meditation have not been as good as they were last week. I am back falling asleep. Other times I have trouble sitting for the whole 30-minute practice. Especially when my leg falls asleep or I get restless around 20 to 25-minute mark. I wrote you, you might have read, no issue, it is because of the prarabdha. Prarabdha is like a fate. So there are two things. One is fate, other is desire. So when the fate supports the desire, what is your desire to be absorbed into meditation? So the fate supports it, on a given day you succeed. We don't know anything about the fate, what will trigger tomorrow, what thought will trigger. It is unconscious pattern, and which pattern will enter into my mind, I don't know. So just understand the fate, desire. I have a right intention, and then I go for it, fate supports it, I succeed. Fate doesn't support, it triggers, I fail. It has less to do with falling asleep during the practice of meditation. It is less to do with leg falls asleep or you get restless after 20 or 30 minutes. It is because of the faith. It is because of the prarabdha. So once we understand that it is because of the prarabdha, what needs to be done? My commitment, my intention, my aspiration should be intense. I will succeed today in meditation. I will definitely succeed. All the prarabdha I will bypass. Let me sit and practice. I can only change the desire. I can only intensify the desire. I don't have an access to the prarabdha. When I don't have an access to the prarabdha, why should I worry? Instead of getting worried, I intensify. Today, tomorrow, I will succeed. On Saturday, this guy came for 3 hours of intensive. I sat in lotus pose and I continued sitting. So this guy also sat and he succeeded. He said, I cannot do in your absence, but I did it. No, it is your intense desire. That is why you asked me to give 3-hour lesson, and he succeeded. He is studying Gita, one of the very important texts. So you see the impact of the prarabdha is there, it will dissolve slowly because of your intense desire, because of your regular practice, because of your commitment. Are you understanding the Eastern psychology? So we give less importance That a higher seeker gives less importance to the body. Okay, I get restless, so let me change the position of the legs and continue. Change the position. Keep your legs straight and continue the practice. Okay, this is one thought. I feel the restless. Let me straighten the legs and cross legged and again set. Let me continue. Don't feel as if it is blocking you. I understand. Don't never ever feel that it is blocking you. Prarabdha opposes your desire. It creates an unfavorable condition. Not only in meditation, you are talking to someone and suddenly there is an upsurge of anger, reaction, duality, and a conflict against that person. You don't mean it. You don't want to do it, and still it happens. Prarabdha. You wake up in the morning and you desire, okay, I'll meet my friend and I'll fight with him. Do you put a calendar? You don't put it. But it happens. So when we grow into a higher seeker, you notice the movement of the prarabdha and you intensify your desire and you bypass prarabdha. In normal situation, we do it. You are talking, you are criticizing one of your friends, and you feel as if you want to slap and you want to fight. There is another friend of yours. He says, what the hell you are doing it? Calm down. You need not to worry. You take care of yourself. And your desire changes. Your prarabdha has no impact. It happened. It happened to you. It happened to us. It happens to everyone. So when the fate supports the desire, we say the favorable event, relationship, practice, we find the life is easy. But so it means that prarabdha contains two groups. One group is very positive, that supports your right desire, and one group is the negative contents. Because of the past impressions, the way we have lived, the way we have expressed our behavior and attitude every day in our life. I am frustrated. What should I do? I cannot reach there. You see, the negative thoughts, they will become prarabdha. Who is responsible? You. I should become instantly aware. No way. No way. Mind, no, don't go there. Don't create such thoughts. And that happens. We continue to do the practice. We continue to have an intensity of a right, good, and proper desire. And that will help us to bring the negative aspects of the prarabdha. It will mitigate. Are you getting it? So you don't have a control. Do you have a control? Oh, professor, you have to talk on this subject in this way, in this manner. No, you don't have a control. Same thing like the prarabdha. But yes, it can be bypassed by intense desire. For example, you are young, but if, say, for example, like me, at this age of 66 years, my physical energy level is less as compared to yours, and the tiger is chasing me. Prarabdha says you have a limited energy. but I have to survive. Survival instinct is very strong. That turns into a desire, and I save myself from the tiger. I have bypassed the problem. So not now, you just change the position, but let the time come, let you become a higher seeker. I will say sit, even if you feel restless, even if your leg falls asleep, continue to sit. Recognize that leg is falling into sleep. Thank you, leg. Now I cannot be aware of you, so I can go into deeper meditation. But wait, don't do it now. We will do it. Let the time come. That is how I recognize in myself, yes, 30 minutes, my leg was falling asleep, so I got an understanding. Okay, leg is falling asleep, but what it has to do with the meditation? Nothing. Leg or hands and meditation, they are far apart. I am not the body to let the leg fall into sleep. It is another experience. One experience is comfortable, other experience is leg is falling into sleep. Third experience that I am not aware of the body, absorbed into meditation. I transcended the body. All three are experiences. So you get hesitated. Oh, the prarabdha. It's an AI camera. So I don't know what it does. So, so that we need not to worry. Take it casually. So I sit in lotus pose, and now it is 2 hours, and I feel legs are falling into sleep. On one day, I don't resist. So I say, okay, do you want me to change the position, mind? Yes, change the position. I change the position calmly again, and I continue to be absorbed. On the other day, I ask the mind, do you want to change me the position of the leg? The mind says, no, I don't feel like. I continue to sit. I have an experience of falling, the legs falling into sleep. Another level of awareness, I transcend the legs, I transcend the body, I get absorbed. Finished. Take it casually. Don't fight. If you fighting means you create those impressions, it will become prarabdha again. Then it will be a challenging thing. Did you understand that? Understand, take life casually, normally, but with awareness. That is important. I am still doing the poise practice during the day. Yes, you must be doing during the day. The moment you move from one action to the other, remember the poise. You met one, you finished the talking to your one friend, now you're going to talk to another friend, poise. Just remember poise, mentally, let it start. Presence, I noticed the thought. What way you will notice? Oh, I'm talking to the second friend, the prarabdha will trigger some emotion, some feeling about that person. We all have a feeling. You have a certain feeling about your mom, another set of feeling about your dad, another set of feeling about one friend, second friend, third friend. So when you say poise, you start noticing mind. You are triggering me from the prarabdha. We have created an image about event, people, situation, relationship. I'm talking at the higher level. So I'm still doing the poise practice. Please do it. At times I can notice how the mind starts to take over. Prarabdha is taking over. So I have to increase my intensity of desire. Kind of like how water comes into a boat with a hole in it. Yes. That hole comes because my intensity of desire is less, my sincerity is less, my commitment is less. Let the commitment be 100%. Let me see what comes on the way. When I am able to notice it, yes, that is sincerity. It is easy for me to stay away. You did it. But how to maintain that state? Sincerity, intensity, desire. Regular practice. Are you clear? You should be 100% clear about it. I realize that there is a lot of improvement to be made. Be casual. I should have that intensity. You wake up in the morning, you're ready for a class in your school. Mind, you will introduce the poise in while driving. You will introduce the poise when I'm sitting in a class. You will introduce the poise when I'm communicating with my friend. You just think like that. Need not to worry. Think every day. What you are doing, you are preventing the prarabdha to take over you. You just casually do it. Need not to think too much. It will work. That is the real journey for a higher seeker. Higher seeker does not see the problem as a problem. They see the problem as an opportunity. I didn't tell you, but let me tell you. I see every student of mine as a manifestation of my master. Like I see my master is manifesting in the name and the form of you. So then what happens? I have a total respect for you. I have a total care for you. I have a love for you. But if I'm this guy is crazy, he doesn't understand. Okay, I will give. No. Why should I create unnecessary impressions? But why my master is manifesting as you with your name in the form? Because my master is giving me an opportunity to explain to you the best possible. Eastern wisdom is little tricky. Every time I teach in a group session, the Mondays I teach in a group session, I said, you all, my master is manifesting in these 10 people. What a great opportunity for me to talk to you guys. I think mentally. So my mind, which has created certain image about those people, are erased completely. It is free. There is a free flow. I'm ready to communicate, teach, coach, extempore. Why extempore? Because the revelation takes place in the mind. Revelation takes place in the mind. Are you getting it? That is the journey. Just a minute, Will. Why my mind? You should be concerned about succeeding in meditation for long hours. One statement. Being concerned, but being worried, anxious, reacting. Two options. I should be concerned, I should commit, I should be sincere, I should reach to that state. But I want to reach, I want to succeed by anxiety, by reaction. No! Are you getting it? That is, should be the key. It takes time. It cannot change. We cannot change our behavior. We have a sense of anxiety, reaction, and worry. That is how we have learned. That is how we are born since our child. That is how our parents reacted to us and we reacted to them. Trillions of impressions are there. That is going to cause you the problem. That will strengthen the negative prarabdha. That will undermine and minimize your intensity of desire to succeed in meditation. Are you getting it? Be very clear. Beauty of the Eastern wisdom that it explains you everything logically with a cause and effect relationship. Science, objective reality, it discovers, it invents cause and effect relationship. So that is what even Eastern wisdom, cause and effect relationship, by which you progress, you become a seeker, you become a higher seeker, you become a higher seeker, and then you recognize what is the ultimate cause. Beyond that ultimate cause, there is no effect. What is that ultimate cause? Is the real self of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So in the beginning, we go by cause and effect relationship like every scientific experiment does. Whether it's a biology or physics or chemistry or astronomy or geology, anything. So we say no, that real self is beyond the cause and effect. We have to reach to that state. Reach to that state means I should have a cognitive ability. Modern psychology, what is cognitive ability? It is recognition. Modern science uses typical words, different from the common language. It's a recognition. So when I recognize that there is something beyond the cause and effect, I'm already there. That is where the meditation takes us to. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. And first look at the place. Look at the place, position, and the posture of the body. That is what it is, the presence. You need not to think of inside or outside. Actively notice the thoughts, feeling. Use the inner space awareness that is your P, the presence. It is like you see the highway and the traffic. That is how you notice the thoughts, feeling, and emotions as they arise in the inner space. So where is the problem? How this prarabdha enters into enter during the practice of meditation. Due to the ignorance, we are not able to see there are two. What is two? Highway and the traffic. Can you ever imagine traffic without highway? Can you imagine birds are flying without the sky? No. Oh. So you ask the mind to get more interested by greater cognition. Oh, there is a space on which the thought, feeling, and emotions are occurring, and I am noticing. Oh, I am noticing. That is our presence. I'm explaining you in another way. Why another way? So that the mind has a better cognition of what we are doing. Now, why? So, why is the cause? So, when you understand the cause, the mind is enlightened. It develops a higher cognition. The inner space becomes your neutral observation point, like the sky and the birds, like the highway and the traffic, like the water and the waves, like the clouds in the sky. So you see, they are separate. They are separate. The inner space becomes the neutral observation point. But why? This breaks your autopilot pattern. I know you are more interested in also understanding. Yes, understanding is required. So you have a neutral observation point, it breaks the autopilot pattern where you are unconsciously identified with every mental movement. Unconsciously identified with every mental movement means what? Oh, legs falling asleep. I feel tired, falling into sleep. Can it happen anytime, anywhere? Answer is yes. It is the first word, the presence or notice. Or notice. Notice. Oh, that is what it is. Okay. So you see, now you just remember. What do you remember? That I have to do every day in the morning, I have to do in every situation. Okay, that is. I have to do it. And now, the moment you notice they are separate, it means there is an observer and observed. They are so blended together. Still, I try to separate them for the sake of understanding. Okay. Okay. Universe, own an observer. So, observer. I'm introducing the Mangala Charan also here. So you observe unwanted, unwelcome thought enters, maybe a thought of feeling sleepy, thought of falling into sleep, and you say Om Shanti. You don't forget that. When we forget, then then it is done. So every mantra is a cognition too. Om Shanti, oh thought is there passing by. Traffic, I see the Mercedes, but I remember my car is my mantra. You feel restless because the leg is falling asleep. Om Shanti. That is the meaning. You own your observer. I did it before because that is how it works at the higher level. The mantras expand your identity beyond personal mental fluctuations. It creates an emotional distance from personal drama because of the prarabdha. You can play with it. Just pick up the feeling of the sensation anywhere in any part of the body at this moment. Sensation is there and you create an emotional distance. How? Just say in your mind, Om Shanti. The legs, Om Shanti. Head, Om Shanti. You feel the sensation. You create an emotional distance. Where is that distance? How? Om Shanti. So from the sensation, you return to Om Shanti. How long it takes? Yeah, that depends on your intensity, sincerity, and commitment. But it is possible for everyone. And also the power of the product. So you see that, let us say, look inside the forehead in the space. Other thoughts may be there. Sorry. You are casual, comfortable, and carefree. And the mind has certain feeling as your cognition. No issue. Introduce another cognition, Om Shanti. So you are creating an emotional distance from the current feeling by default. Om Shanti, I am the peace. You are looking into the space, Om Shanti. So we already entered into the third step of investigate the flow. You are already investigating the flow. How come? How come I'm investigating the flow? Oh, there is a thought cognition in Om Shanti. So that is what the repetition, conscious repetition is. There is a feeling of sensation in the legs, Om Shanti. not only investigation, but you have, because of the repetition, you have the emotional distance. Now see, there is no distance between the legs falling asleep and you. Then you becomes legs, then you say that I have a problem. But the sky is different from the birds, highway is different from the traffic, the thought, feeling, and emotions are different from the inner space or the observer in me. They feel one. Why? Autopilot. That is autopilot. Oh, so it means the step number 3, mantra repetition, I have to notice the gap. Gap is already there, I have to simply become aware of it. The gap between falling asleep sensation, that gap is the space, and then on the other side there is Om Shanti. Do you see? All the steps are integrated, embedded together. So you are not dropping Om Shanti unconsciously. If you are without the presence, what is going to happen? Mind says, now I'm an autopilot. Do whatever you want to do. I will cause the problem to you. Oh, I'm answering you why. But why it is required to have a sense of non-attachment. An anesthesia specialist numbs your legs and you say, I'm okay. By chemical you are okay and by awareness you are not okay. What it means? Autopilot? So, third step is breaking that movement of the autopilot. But why? Non-attachment. Why? Why? I'm answering you, non-attachment. The moment you have a non-attachment, you have broken the spine of the autopilot. What happens? Om Shanti flows naturally. Naturally, in presence means self-awareness, means you succeed. What is this? In Eastern wisdom we say it is a witness. You witness consciousness that observes, you build the capacity to witness any mental content with the same non-attached awareness. What I said, it is not only dropping Om Shanti, but in the background you see non-attachment. Traffic jam, you see non-attachment. Just check. Om Shanti, non attachment. Oh, flow. Autopilot is not there. It doesn't mean the thoughts are not there, but you are not driven by them. They were subtle, I can break into many parts, but I'm just giving you a limited aspects of it. Limited aspects of it. My friend, you have to just look closely. How you can look closely? You can look closely. So, what exactly is happening? You have added presence, observer, investigate, and all the three. And the flow continues. There is a flow of the mantra behind it, there is a flow of the traffic behind highway. Birds are flying, it's a flow behind sky. Om Shanti. So you are watching when the mind drops Om Shanti and how it unfolds without forcing or rushing. Om Shanti, consciously in the presence you are dropping. Om Shanti, behind it there is a space, there is an emotional distance from everything, from all the thoughts, feeling, and emotions. Whether that feeling occurs in the body, in the head, in the legs, you notice that natural space. That is the fourth step. Because you notice that space, you feel the rhythm, and that space is already there. How can I recognize the traffic is different and separate from the highway? There has to be a space. Shanti, space, the rest of the contents, space, Shanti, feeling, space, Shanti. I am free from legs falling into sleep. Yes, I know it is easier said than done, but that is what we are trying to understand. Anytime mind goes onto the autopilot, it will say, "Oh yes, what the heck you are doing?" No, no, no. Om Shanti. Find the space, emotional distance. You acknowledge the space. That is your. That is your space. Oh. You acknowledge the space. That is our fourth step. You don't create the space. When your mind creates the space, prarabdha comes, mind goes onto the autopilot. When you cognition of the space is there, that means you acknowledge the space in which all the mantra, Om Shanti, appear and disappear. Om Shanti, you said, there is a pause, disappear, Om Shanti. That is how you feel the continuity. You rest in the space. So, what the fourth step says, that is very important. You recognize the space before you say Om Shanti. That is why I created this acronym of S. Okay. I cognition of the space and then I say Om Shanti. Cognition of the lane and you put the car into that lane. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is what you are saying. Yes. And the word E, embody the real self. We have already embodied the real self starting from the number one step of presence, Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So now see, let us have a cognition at a very subtler level. Your intention is clear. You want to say Om Shanti. Before you say, there is, you acknowledge the where you acknowledge the space in which the Om Shanti is dropped, is going to be dropped. While saying Om Shanti, you find that Om Shanti occurs in the space, and again there is a space. So the mind will rest into this space. It will embody the real self. It will embody the Om Shanti, and you are there. Oh, you are there, yes. Acknowledge the space, acknowledge the intention. That intention dwindles, distracts. because of the autopilot, because of the prarabdha, so we need not to worry. Okay, no issue. Now I recognize again the space. Before you drop Om Shanti, another thought interrupts. No issue. Again I see the space is already there, I need not to create it. Okay, is this so? Autopilot mind prevents you to recognize the space. It says recognize the anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict, that is you. That is what the autopilot. Oh, it prevents, it blocks. Let it block, but there is already a space. So, Shanti. Shanti. So what will happen? Anxiety due to falling asleep, due to leg is falling into sleep, will just dissolve because autopilot is not there. Autopilot is not there. Yes, autopilot is not there. You have a new sensation, the leg falling to sleep. You have a new sensation. Cognition, space, Om Shanti, done. That sensation remains there? Yes. For a couple of Om Shanti, and after that, it simply dissolves. So, can it be dissolved in the very beginning? No, it takes time, my friend. So should I, no, no if, just continue. That is the way it happens. So in a traditional literature, or even my master who used to say that all the reactive patterns that you cognize transforms into a sacred response. Transforms. When it transforms, anxiety and worry, it resolves. Conflict and hesitation destroys. Lack or sense of incompleteness goes away. Negativity and pessimism is replaced by optimism. Why? Because we recognize something deeper beyond autopilot, beyond ignorance, beyond delusion. I can say a lot of words, and you already understand that. Okay, is that. So whether, Om Shanti, dropping the mantra becomes so casual, normal, like you drive the car, you find the space in front and you drove it. Yes, yes, can you drive the car? Yes, I know the driving. Om Shanti. Mental driving, Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yes. You can open your eyes. Did you feel it?
Feel what? Just, I was falling asleep, kind of.
It's okay. The
Yeah.
moment you have a cognition of the sleep and you say drop Om Shanti, it will go. But by repetition, it will go.
Mm-hmm.
By repeat practice. Repeat practice. I was doing yesterday in the night. Don't do that. I was doing little deeper, including this. I wanted to check how it works. I slept at 1:30. I did not realize. I was so much aware. Intense awareness was there. But then what happened? I woke up at the same time. Instead of 4, I woke up at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel sleepy? No. Wait, wait. You will reach to that state. Wait. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. Continue to do this practice. We will meet again